Yes, we are live. Hello, everyone. I'm Simon Preston. There should be a notification now to tell you that we are live on Reggae Boys Commentary. Yes, we are. Here we are, aren't we? I'll show you guys. So, 6 games in the bag. 5 points. 4 points from the last 3 games. Decent. Something to build on because we're 3 points behind 4th and 5 points behind 3rd. And we haven't reached the halfway mark just yet. So, still a lot of time, still a lot of things. Good evening to everybody. I hope you're doing well. I'm going to go through your messages. Last night, we had a couple of you give your thoughts about the Reggae Boys' performance against Honduras. I'm going to give you all an opportunity again this evening. I'm going to share the link as well, and you can add your 2 cents regarding the performance against the Honduran team. Firstly, what I would like to do is share with you just a bit of news first, and it's in relation to a couple of things. The CONCACAF team of the window has 3 Jamaicans. And when I mean the CONCACAF team of the window, I'm talking about specifically the October window of World Cup qualifying. And in that October window of World Cup qualifying, 3 Jamaicans made the cut. Andre Blake, Damian Lowe, and believe it or not, Grandpa, Javon Watson. Those were the 3 Jamaicans that made the cut. Those 3 individuals are the 3 Jamaicans that were in the best 11 for the October window of World Cup qualifying. No surprise about Blake. Damian Lowe played 2 of the 3 games. Javon Watson, wow. What a warrior, what a leader. What can we say about that? Quite compelling, isn't it? Well, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to list out the names of the members in the squad that were called up for this window and give them a score out of 10 as to their performances in this window. Andre Blake, 8. I give him an 8 out of 10. He was good. He made some big saves. Liam Miller against Canada, he kept a clean sheet, back-to-back clean sheets in World Cup qualifying, something that he has never done before. So it's a first for him. 8 out of 10. We know that Dylan Barnes and Jadine White did not play. Jamoy Topi didn't play. Javane Brown didn't play a lot, but when he came on the park, he looked good against Honduras. I think it would be unfair to give him a rating because he played less than 90 minutes across all 3 games. So I'm not going to give a rating for him. Alvas Powell, a 5 out of 10, hasn't demonstrated. Well, not demonstrated, but it's clear that he's not 100%. And I'm hoping that that's something that can be rectified moving forward so we can crush it up and put it to bed because we need him to be at 100%. This is an individual that we need to be performing at a high standard. O'Neill Fisher. Seven out of 10. Alfonso Davis in his pocket, a goal in San Pedro Sula. This guy's having the week of his life. You know what? We gave him an 8 as well. Damian Lowe, 8 out of 10. Adrian Mariappa, 9 out of 10. No club, no preseason. And he's still performing to this high standard. 9 out of 10 for you, Adrian Mariappa. Kimar Taxi Lawrence, 8 out of 10. Anthony Grant, 10 out of 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 10. Just like my future wife will be a 10 out of 10. I'm speaking it into being. I'm not engaged. I'm just speaking it into being. But enough about me. Junior Flemings hasn't the final ball being able to to make that connection, does well in beating players, has that pace, that endurance. 6.5 out of 10. Javon Watson, Warrior, Soldier, 7.5 out of 10. Tyreek McGee, 7. Devon Speedy Williams, 8. Kim Aroof, 8. Jamal Lowe, 7.5. Bobby Reed wasn't the best window from him. Give him a 6. Shamar Nicholson, 6. Javan East, 5. Andre Gray didn't get much minutes, but he made the assist. Give him a 6. Yeah. So, Reggae Boys fans, Michelle, big up yourself, brother. I hope you're doing good. I saw your messages, big man. So, yeah, we will talk for sure. K Park says Andre Blake for sure. Yeah, he was good. MW says heal. One done gamer says big up Simon. Yeah, man, big up. Soon come proper to listen, but let me say my standouts. Yeah, big up. Mash, hop on, man. Hop on. Hop on Reggae Boys commentary, man. Let's have a chat, lad. Hop on. The link is in the comments. Hop on, have a chat, bro. K Park says, good evening, Simon. Good evening. Big up, bro, says Asquel Grant. Big up. Raise the roof. Raise the roof for Kimar Roof. Lindell Ellis says, up and running. Ian Campbell says, up, Simon. MW says, 5 points. Well, yeah. One done game of Kimar Roof and Omar and O'Neill Fisher and Anthony Grant and Speedy. Okay. Caribbean Cricket Podcast. Grant, Haka, Mariappa, Speedy, Fisher, Blake. I would agree with those 6. If I had to pick the top 6 performers from the window, I would say that. Yeah. Did Tapa select the CONCACAF 11? No, he did not. Of course, Haka. He got better in each game. Fisher 9. Oh, is that so? 9. Well, okay. All right. Flemings need to work on his shot placement. I'm hoping that when he goes back to the United Soccer League with Birmingham Legion, then that's an aspect that will grow over time. How many minutes has East played to be graded? It's a good question, you know. That is a good question. A really good question. Javon plays Haka, Lowe, and Blake in CONCACAF Team of the Week. President Ricketts said 2 new players to come in the November window, says Teddy Lee Gray. Who are those players? So for all of you that are wondering, Michael Ricketts had a discussion on Hits 92 FM's Sports Grill with Oral Tracy and Jerome Foster today. One of them is Damari Gray. Yeah. Now, the other is Nathan Redmond, but the thing is, though, that Redmond is not even close. But what Ricketts is saying is that he's working to expedite Redmond. But you all know the situation with Redmond already, so it may be a situation where it's Damari Gray and Kevin Stewart. That would be the new faces, you could say. You need creativity in midfield, a game changer, says RMW. Yeah. Ron Bogart says, will we see Ravel in the next squad? We hope so. Wayne Carnegie says, big up, Simon. Big up, sir. Should McGee come on as an impact sub? No. I believe that if you're going to play McGee, it has to be either from the start or it's deadlocked last 15 minutes of the game and the team is parking the bus. Impact sub? No, that's more like a Fleming's in a sense. So won't this mess up the chemistry? For 2 players? No. No, I wouldn't say so. Why was Roof substituted early? No injury. It was just tactical, given minutes. Fresh God says Redmond not coming, I don't think. I don't think so either. Big up Simon, says Fresh God. Big up. Simon would rather see Deshane Beckford in the squad over Flemings and East. You know, I think he's one of the most underrated Jamaicans in the United Soccer League alongside Nico Brett, to be quite frank with you. Savio James says, shouting from Vince, big up on the win last night. Hope this is signs of things to go. You're from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Well, big up yourself. Yeah, St. Vincent, Olex Anderson, Cornelius Henry, Cornelius Stewart, Ezra Hendrickson. Good players have come through St. Vincent. Good players. Teddy Lee Gray says top 3 players for this window: Taxi, Blake, and Speedy. Blake, I agree. Anthony Grant, I would have in that mix. Speedy, I think, did what his responsibility required of him. I don't think he did anything that was necessarily above his job description. Can't wait to see Kevin Stewart, says Teddy Lee Gray. Zabba H says, hi Simon, is Leon Bailey coming in November? He should. Now let's welcome the big man. You good, Mash?
What are you saying, Simon?
I'm doing good, man. I just finished actually watching your runs. Actually, it's funny. Yeah,
listen,
good. Yeah,
you inspired me to start doing those. So it's all on you.
Much love, man. Much love. I appreciate it, man. It's late, man. Don't you have like work tomorrow morning? But it's a pleasure. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it.
I was literally about to go to bed, and then my phone beeped because obviously I subscribe to Reggae Boys commentary.
Yes.
So my phone beeped, and I was like, "Oh, Simon's going live," and I said, "Let me just quickly watch to see what you're talking about." And then obviously you said jump on, so I said, "Let me jump on quickly for a few minutes or so, and then jump off again."
Yeah, I appreciate it. Guys, do subscribe to the Caribbean Cricket Podcast. Absolutely fantastic work they've been doing, not only in terms of the YouTube channel, but on Twitter, anything the latest with the West Indies. Brilliant content. And with Santoki, Mash, the rest of the team, it's great work. So yeah, Mash, when you saw the result yesterday, I'm sure you're over the moon like all Jamaicans on the island, really.
Yeah, 100%, Simon, and I think the first point where we have to begin, I think about before this window. I think it was before this window, or maybe it was just after the US. No, it was before the window, because I remember you saying it. You did a live where you said, obviously, JFF had told Tapper 5 points. You did a live, and I jumped on that one, and I think you and I both said I'd accept 4.
Right.
I always thought that 5 was a bit. I thought that was a bit too much, but 4 was acceptable. Because of who we were playing, it was very unlikely we were all going to get points in America. We wanted them to, but that was unlikely. Any reasonable Reggae Boys fan would accept we were never going to. We didn't have a strong chance of getting points in the States, and then it was just about could we beat Canada at home or not. So I think 4 points is fair. I think whatever your views on Tapper, you have to see this window as a fair return, which buys him time with the return in players now for the November window. So, boy, November window is going to be big, because you have to assume Bailey's back, Antonio's back, Ravel, yes or no, who knows? DJ's back, Moore's back, Pinnock's back. So many men are back. I don't even know how you pick the team.
Yeah, who drops out? Yeah, you're right. Who drops out? That's the big question. Javon East, Javon Topi, Andre Gray has done decent with his work. I wouldn't drop him. So yeah, as you know as well, it was a 27-member squad that you're allowed, but we only call up 23. So there's that extra room to work with. But it really depends on how the form is going to go. Anything can happen between now and the next 3 weeks from now. So let's see.
I have a question for you, Simon, and obviously everybody who's in the chat as well. Part of what was successful for us in the Canada game and Honduras is effectively we played 2 defensive midfielders. I am not 100% sold on that as a system, but it offered us more solidity. Remember, it's back-to-back clean sheets as well. That shouldn't be slept on by the fans. Back-to-back clean sheets. And against Canada, we didn't look that troubled. And we saw what Canada did to Panama yesterday as well. So the question for me going forward, more so than selection, is has Tapper lucked out on a system, or should he not be relying on that system going forward? Because it's that defensive midfield position, which has always been the problem. Before the window started, we knew it was going to be a problem. Obviously, Anthony's come in. He's our best player. He's our most important player. Not best, most important player.
Correct.
And Haka, give him his due, got better as the window went on. Speedy, I actually think Speedy arguably has been our most consistent player since the start of the qualifiers. Yeah. So the question for me is, does he now go Grant and Speedy? Because Speedy's more mobile than Haka. And then one creative midfielder in front of them. Is DJ a creative midfielder? Obviously, you and I have already started texting about this. Does Ravel come back in? So for me, the defense writes itself. Even when Liam comes back, the defense kind of writes itself. We know how that's really going to set up. The front three, if he plays 4-3-3, or if that's the shape, we have options. It's all about our midfield and what system Tapper now thinks is the correct system going forward. That's what I want to hear you talk on, Simon.
I appreciate that. Thanks. Yeah, you hit the nails on the head right there. You saw the Mexico game, the Costa Rica game, the Canada game, and of course the Honduras game. I'm not sold on playing two defensive midfielders as well, or two holding midfielders. We had to endure Rudy Austin and Marvin Elliott, and we know how challenging and difficult that it was. But as you know, you might have a certain role, but you have players that have a skill set that is more than what is demanded. So Anthony Grant, yes, he can be the man that does the dirty work, but he can pass the ball forward. If people who have seen him in League One, even at Swindon now, he can make a forward pass if necessary. But regarding the question that you asked specifically, yes, DJ plays as a number 10 at Preston, right behind the strikers. That is an option for us. Is that an option against El Salvador? For me personally, no. Against the Americans at home, yes. Either McGee or Ravel, for me, would be in that sort of position. Bobby Reid has been that number 10 for Fulham in recent times. So it presents that sort of opportunity. The reason why I say no to DJ for El Salvador, it's going to be his first taste of Central American soil. And I'd rather have an individual that actually knows the surroundings a little bit better. Not saying that he hasn't experienced this side of football, but Maps did an interview recently on a podcast, and you're saying that for the English players, CONCACAF is no walk in the park. Yes, you have teams that you can beat, but the atmosphere, the pitches, everything like that, you need time to adjust. I'm not going to throw in DJ all of a sudden. McGee or Ravel, for me, would be those two behind whatever the front three would be. So for now, as it stands, Anthony and Speedy, yes. But if we saw Anthony, Speedy, and Haka against El Salvador, it wouldn't faze me because I know that Kemar Roof is not going to come all the way to the center circle to receive the ball.
Yeah, good point. Good point. And actually, you just made a really good point about the UK-based players and adapting to CONCACAF. And I think we've seen that with Kemar Roof. That first game Kemar had for us, shocking. But I think it takes, listen, even playing at the office, it's no easy thing when you come over from England to suddenly just jump on the office and get used to how you have to play there. And then obviously going into Central American, I think you can be playing for a top team in England, and I'm going to count Championship here, so Liam Moore at Reading.
Right. Yeah.
But CONCACAF doesn't respect that. It's a whole different level of adaptation you have to get used to. And that's why I think we've only just seen Roof come to the party now, because it's not that easy. Even Antonio, it's not going to be that easy to go from banging goals in the Premier League. People think it is, but it's not. To just bang goals in the Premier League and suddenly bang goals in El Salvador away. You have to get used to you have to get used to the refereeing as well.
Yeah. Different. Yeah, you're right. you have these ginnels all over the field claiming they were touched when they weren't. Yeah, it's a different environment. Yeah, and you're right. You have Shandon Baptiste at Brentford. He plays for Grenada, and he says it's playing for Grenada was one of the hardest games of his life. This is a Premier League football player saying this was one of the hardest games of his life. So you can understand for these sorts of individuals that it will take time. That's why I'm happy that someone like Bobby came in Nations League, not the qualifiers. Maps has been here 9, almost 10 years now. So for him, it's a smooth transition, even without a club, even without preseason. He's just meshing in quite well. I'd still expect 1 or 2 new faces. Does it mean they're going to start against El Salvador? No, but I would say still expect 1 or 2 new faces. Honestly, I would.
But also, I think we can't discount Corey Burke as well. Remember, he was another one injured, and actually, we could have done, I'm going to say, against America with Corey's physicality. I think we missed out. Some players like Corey Burke, you don't realize what you're not getting until they're not there. Yeah. And sometimes I've been critical of Corey Burke, but there's certain games where you need a Corey Burke in your side. So it wouldn't surprise me if he comes back into the mix and actually starts. Like, there's no guarantee, and it should be that way. It shouldn't just be that because you're a certain player. Tapper's got to get the system right, not the players, if that makes sense. The players come after getting the right system. So and because of how the windows are set up with the game so quickly after each other, it's not about just your 11 best players. It's almost like in a T20 game, who's the best players for that matchup?
Exactly.
If you see what I mean.
Yeah, I understand that 100%. You're right, and I know it's late mash, but I want to ask you one question before we head out. From your experience of covering the National League, the conference, this season or last season, have you had a chance to see Omar Holness as yet, whether in person or on the telly?
So definitely on the telly. I think he scored his first goal this season the other day because I saw it. The only thing I would say about Omar is he shouldn't be playing at that level. I have no idea. Because for those who don't know on who are following this live, I support Bromley, who are in the National League, and I watch them quite regularly, which is the ex-team of Blair Turgott, by the way. But and Gareth McCleary, what am I talking about? Omar is playing one level below Bromley's level. But from me, when I spoke to the people at Darlington, where Omar was before, they were all saying he should be at a higher level. And so when I saw him turn up at Bath City this season, I was like, what's he doing there? And even the Bath, I've spoken to people at Bath, and they're saying they can't believe he's at that level of football as well. So, you know Omar personally, Simon. I don't, but I would like to see him get a move to a higher level of football. But this is something you and I have spoken about quite a bit as well. I want to see someone like I've seen in the chat that people are criticizing Junior Fleming's final ball, which is correct. But that's not going to improve if Junior Flemings doesn't move to a higher level of football. How? But you know my feelings on this, Simon. I just think some of our players need to test themselves at a higher level of football if they want to make that jump. And I don't see someone like a Junior Flemings making that jump until he gets an MLS deal or gets goes to Slovakia, or do you know what I mean? Like, he has to go somewhere to be challenged on a different level. But yeah, Omar should definitely be playing minimum at Bromley's level. the thing is, Simon, I'm about to leave, but I can see that there's still people saying Tapper out. Comments. So I just want to officially say before I go, if we had lost yesterday, I was fully behind Tapper out. However, 4 points out of 9 in this window means, of course, not Tapper out. It can't be. It can't be. And I want to also say to people, the one thing you have to agree with yesterday, those players yesterday were playing for Tapper. I don't care what anyone says. Don't care what anyone says. That team spirit, they were clearly, if they wanted him out, they could have thrown that game. Not thrown it, but you know what I mean. They could have gone through the motions yesterday if they didn't want him as manager anymore. So I don't think Tapper out isn't relevant right now. Specifically right now.
October 2021. Yeah, it's irrelevant. Well said, Mash. Really, really appreciate your time. Honestly, we'll be in touch. You know where you can reach me as always. And yeah, hope to have you on again soon, my friend.
Big up, Simon. Everyone subscribe to Reggae Boys commentary. Listen, I'm listening. I follow it in England, so you lot in Jamaica have no excuse. Thanks, Simon. Take it easy.
Yeah, take it easy. Yeah, Marshall Hewitt, a Jamaican-born, UK-based sports journalist doing some fantastic work over in England. Absolutely brilliant. There was a question by a Cataract regarding Jamil Matt. He's having the season of his career. And I'm not saying Jamil Matt should be an individual that comes and starts in the program. But can he make a 27 or 30 man squad? Yes, he can. He's going to do stuff that Javan East doesn't. And I will leave it there because this guy is literally at the peak of his career. So for those of you that joined in late, 3 Jamaicans were selected in the CONCACAF Team of the Window for October. And these are based on performances for the Mike Not Clear. Microphone. Okay, I have adjusted the microphone, so it should be better now. The microphone should be better now. Let me know, guys, if that is better. In the comments, just like a thumbs up if the audio is better. Thumbs up or say audio good. Any one of those comments I'll take and I'll continue with the discussion that we're saying. Cool. Damian Lowe, Andre Blake, and Javon Watson. Those 3 Jamaicans have been selected in the CONCACAF Team of the Window for October. 3 Jamaicans. 3. Good work to those guys. Good work. Now, many of you will be saying about Javon Watson, and I've always been consistent with you guys that I have no issue with Javon Watson making a 23, a 27, a 30-man squad, but I never held the view. I always said that he should be a squad player because I know what he brings to the dressing room. And I can say, as someone that has traveled with the team on more than one occasion, that what he brings to the dressing room. You know, like, some people, they say they can't have their coffee without sugar or creamer. Sometimes the dressing room needs a little bit of haka because of what he does. Cataract says, Sofa score team. Ohina Blake says, basis of 2 clean sheets, and it's the Sofa score, or is it the official CONCACAF team? It's the official CONCACAF team, based on what I have been informed by Nick Noble from CONCACAF. Only one more player we need from UK right now, and that's Demarai Gray to go with what we have. I would like Kevin Stewart in the mix, but let me tell you guys something right now. And I want you to mark my words right now. I want you to pull out your phone and press record and listen what I'm about to tell you guys right now. It won't be long, 10 seconds. You can clip me up. You can make this a meme if you want, but just hear me out. Jamaica, the Reggae Boys, will not lose a game for the rest of the World Cup qualifiers once Anthony Grant is on the park. Mark my words. As long as Anthony Grant is on the field and not substituted, Jamaica will not lose another game for the rest of the qualifiers. You can clip that up. You can clip that up. You can laugh at me. You can clip it up. Simon, what does Haka do for the team that Kevin Stewart cannot do better? Kevin Stewart is... Well, I know you mean on the pitch, but I told you that off the pitch, Haka is an absolute genius of an asset to the national team. Real chat says that's the root. Anthony Grant, a general. Who else are working on in the UK? I'll get with you guys. Teddy Gray, Stewart and Grant duo is the way forward. Haka should be in the 27-man squad. I still think there's a role for Devon Speedy Williams. I wouldn't want to take him out of the team because you need that individual that can make those links, that transitions from attack to, well, defense to attack. I'm not asking Speedy to spray no 30, 40-yard pass. I'm just asking it to give it to the man that is 5 yards to his left or 5 yards to his right. That's all that I'm asking for, really. You need to record it? Okay, I'm going to record it. I mean, you guys can record it. For the rest of the World Cup qualifiers, Jamaica will not lose a game once Anthony Grant is on the park and not taken off. There are some games that we're going to draw, and it's going to be frustrating. But I can tell you this as a fact. Once Anthony Grant is on the park, we're not going to lose. And you have clear evidence already. The Mexico game, he was on the park when it was 1-1. The Costa Rica game, the Canada game, the Honduras game. He didn't play the United States game, and he didn't play the Panama game. What's going on with Damari Gray? Well, it's being worked on, my friend. Yeah. You know, like when Courtney Walsh is playing cricket? Leave alone. Leave alone. Speedy and Grant it is. Pastor Clive says, good evening, Simon. How are you? I'm doing well. Thank you. Doing very, very well. Is Abdi says, looking forward to everyone if available. How many points can Jamaica get? Speedy has adapted to his role pretty well. So, 6 games down, 8 games to go. So that means that we have 24 points up for grabs. We have 5. We're going to need between 18. We're going to need minimum 18 if we want 4th. We have. Let me bring this up for you guys so you guys can know what it's like beyond the November window, because we have to look ahead. It's imperative that we look beyond November. I think it's important that we do that. So I'm going to share the screen. Okay. So November 12th. November 12th. El Salvador away in San Salvador. November 16, United States at home. January 27, Mexico at home. January 30, Panama away. February 2, Costa Rica at home. March, El Salvador at home. Then Canada away. Then Honduras at home. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more home games. 5 more games at home. I like the January and the March window. Why? Because it'll be our first time experiencing 2 home games. It won't be back-to-back home games in the same window, but nonetheless, it is more home games. And look at it. Look at this, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 of our last 7 games in the qualifiers are at home. 5 of our last 7 games are at home. That's right. When Demari Gray a forward? Well, he's a wide player, not a forward. I would keep Speed as a squad player, but he should not be starting if all players are available. Ian Campbell is the president of the Speedy Out Club. I'm kidding. So, Kyle Walker Peters, has anyone had in touch with him? Nope. Grant is the general, says, of course, Corniff. Yep. Greatman says I could play right back for Jamaica. I could too. But anyways. What is the situation with Leon Bailey? The situation with Leon Bailey is that he's expected to be back. If not this weekend, then next week. The most important match will be against Canada March 27, a qualification 6-pointer. If Canada is qualified, they may not call their best players. Well, the start of the window would be March 24. So if they qualify the window before that, then yeah. Mexico could book qualification to the World Cup by the end of November, which means that when we play them in January, they might be willing to experiment a bit. Panama will be fighting. We'll fight tooth and nail with Costa Rica, El Salvador. But yeah, you're right about Canada. You're right, because it's the second to last game. The only thing that might be about it is because it's their last home game of the qualifiers and they might want to go out with a bang in front of their fans. No contact for James Justin. Well, he hasn't been contacted. Simon, the fixture changes from 6 to 8 hurt us and benefited Canada the most. How did it benefit Canada? So just to recap, the top 3 teams qualify for the World Cup in Qatar, and the 4th place team will head to the Intercontinental Playoffs. FIFA are yet to do the draw of how and which confederation will play who. FIFA are yet to decide if CONCACAF 4th place team will play against CONMEBOL, AFC, or Oceania. We're not sure of that, but if it's Oceania, then it's most likely New Zealand. If it's Asian, then it could be Uzbekistan, it could be Iran, it could be Iraq, it could be Bahrain, it could be UAE. And if it's CONMEBOL, it could be Colombia, could be Uruguay, could be Peru, could be Chile. It could be anybody except Brazil and Argentina, in a sense. Just put that into perspective. So, if it's CONMEBOL, then it's definitely going to be tough. Greenwood. Jamaica has a 0.00000000001% chance of getting Greenwood. So I believe we can beat El Salvador and Panama away. I believe so too. James Justin is the best we can do. Max Aarons is potential too. With the integration of the better quality players, will be better. I hope so. It's between we and Panama for 4th, says Great Man. It could be, Hefe Entertainment says, I hope Oceania. We all hope, honestly. We all hope that it's in that same light, How much passing are we averaging, Simon? Well, in the October window, just a shade under, just a shade over 300. Still not outstanding at all. Not good. We can't bypass the midfield. DJ Dre JA says we can get 2nd or 3rd. We can, but it's going to be difficult. I hope it's not a South American side. So it's great, man. Wayne Thomas says, Simon, can you guarantee that if Alves is on the pitch with Grant, Jamaica won't lose? I can guarantee that if Anthony Grant is on the field and is not substituted, Jamaica will not lose that game. The only excuse I can say Jamaica losing a game if Anthony Grant is on the park for is if Jamaica is down to 10 men. That's the only excuse I can come up with. But apart from that, Jamaica won't lose. Honduras coach going, yeah, and what's funny thing is Coach Coito is a really, really good coach. He was the coach of Uruguay team that came second at the Under-17 FIFA World Cup. At the Under-17 FIFA World Cup in Mexico in 2011, he was the coach. Yeah, he was the coach. Honestly, he was the coach. So, yeah. Tajay Thomas's thoughts on Andre Gray. Andre Gray for me makes a 23-man squad every FIFA window. Every FIFA window. Don't count us out for a minute. We peak at the right time. Yeah. Yeah, look, Spanish is my third language, so it comes easy for me. Hola todo el mundo, me llamo Simón, tengo 27 años, estoy periodismo deportivo y un experto de fútbol y baloncesto y muchas más. So Spanish is my third language, so it comes naturally. Is Tapa still the coach? He is. Mattox over East. I have a funny feeling that Mattox could get a call up once he keeps banging in the goals. It's funny because Nico Brett has been doing the same thing, but no call up coming his way. Simon, I didn't get to watch the match. Do you know how I can watch the replay? I'll do some research. Simon, do you think Alves Paul will be permanently dropped? No, I don't think permanently. No, I don't think permanently. Will the USA game be home or away? It'll be home in Jamaica, November 16. Simon, we need wingers. Flemo not cutting it. What about Nico Brett? Your thoughts? For me, Nico Brett is more than deserving of a call-up. But like I've said, where he is right now is not where he was in 2018, 2019, where anything he touched turned to goal. So this call-up is long overdue for me. I don't think he's at his absolute best like he was 2-3 years ago, but I would still have him in the mix because he's scoring goals. He's working hard. So, yeah. Omar says, thanks. Everybody talks about Paramount Plus. Sounds like it's really good. Teddy Gray says the Jamaica Honduras matches on YouTube. Oh, thanks for that. Thanks for that. Lee Young says for the replay. Lee Young, it's been a while. You are from the Reggae Boys Football Forum. Yes, you are. It's been years. Ian Campbell says Honduras takes their football seriously, hence they fire the coach for non-performance. Jeff has spinal, so they can't fire Tapo even if he loses all the games. I disagree. If we had 0 points from 6 games, Tapo would be gone a long time. Big up to Andre Gray, makes an impact whenever he plays. Absolutely. Premier League says, would love to see Ravel with Grant behind him. Will that ever happen? It's a possibility. Grant and Bailey, Antonio, Nico against El Salvador. Simon, do you think Tapa is neglecting Turgot? No, not at all. Tapa should relegated assistant role and bring in a better coach. That's not going to happen. East is good. Centre forward, can't say he's bad because Tapa play him at right mid. Which other languages do you speak, sir? English, French, Spanish, Hindi, and just a little patois. Like this much patois. Just a little. Just a little. Yeah, not a lot, but just a little. Desmond Stevens says, why they blame the coach? Players need to step up. The players have to step up. They do. I agree. I do think preparation could be better. But yeah. You said it, Hefe. You said it. Hey, is Mattox still playing? Mattox is playing at Phoenix Rising FC in the United Soccer League. And he's doing well. Coach needs to pick the best available players. That is true. I believe the best team should take the field, but you want the best team. You want to have the best team. It's not always about the best players. It's not fantasy football we're playing. So you're going to need to have a balance. You can't have all the attacking gems on the field. We saw what happened against Panama, didn't we? Rabel Morrison, Daniel Johnson, Bobby Reed, Kemar Roof, Mikel Antonio. The amount of attacking gems that were on the field that day. Wow. Will you go to Qatar if Jamaica qualify? God's willing, Jamaica qualifies. God's willing. Don't you think we looked compact with 3-5-2? We did. And like I said, I am not against the 3-5-2. I am not against it at all. My only concern is what the midfield will be. Are we going to have a midfield 3? Well, 3-5-2. My concern would be a 3-4-3 because you're only going to have 2 in the midfield. So, yeah. Do you know if the admin is in contact with all the players for the November window already? No. Does Pinnock start for you? In a back 3, yes. In a back 4, no. Rick Evans says, I would love to see Antonio, Leon Bailey, and Ravel play in a match. That would be something. That would be something to look forward to. Simon, do you know Jamal Lowe's mother's name? I don't. No, I don't. Stephen Ramdeen Turgot is a rock-solid player who we should have in the team. Guys, there's no beef between the JFF and Turgot or Hector. No beef, okay? No beef at all. Who is better, Grant or Stewart? Better? Anthony Grant. When we qualify for the World Cup, how many players can be selected in the squad? 23. I have a feeling that some players are going to be disappointed in not making the squad. Well, look, let me address this first. The bulk of the players that played in the qualifiers will have to make up the squad for the World Cup. If you're going to be part of the World Cup squad and you didn't take part in the qualifying, I've always maintained that you have to be of a top class. You have to be of a different ilk, like in the Mason Greenwood bracket or Toddy Cantwell or McNeil. Dwight McNeil. Have Matt contacted? Jamil Matt. Remember I did an interview with Jamil Matt 2 years ago when I went to Wales when he was playing with Newport County. I have a contact. I speak with Jamil Matt from time to time. And he would love to have a Jamaican call-up. Rain Scorpion says she's from St. Anne's Bay. Okay. Interesting. St. Anne's Bay. All right, cool. Warren Webster, big up Simon. Some players need to improve their attitude for us to bond and move forward. We need players in the right position and quality backup at each position. Agreed. J.R. Simon, if we get a better coach now, we can do wonders in remaining fixtures. Possible. That's possible. So what's the problem with Ravel and the JFF? There's no problem between the JFF and Ravel. There's no issue there. Do you think Tapa will get complacent because of the win? No, because we still have a whole heap of work to do. If you're watching last night, you would have heard Simon speaking another language. Yeah, I was. Yeah. Big up, bro. With the core players at our disposal, if our prep was better, we would be sitting at 10 points minimum. Take a point from Mexico, that would be 6. Take 2 points from Costa Rica, that would be 8. Take 1 from Panama, 9. Yeah, we should be on 9 points for me. Big up, bro. With the core players at our disposal, yeah, we looked at that. Grant, Speedy, yeah. If Jamaica qualifies, only the players that assisted the team should be selected. I believe the bulk. So of the 23, 16, 17 that were in the qualifiers should be in the World Cup squad. The rest, I'm okay with new faces because you always want to improve what you have. So 4 new faces, because you're going to have a talent that's going to emerge and you're not going to ignore that player. And that's the nature of football. Players will lose form, players will get injured, players will not have a passport or not have a visa. So new players will always be part of the program. And I think if you're not going to introduce a player in like a Mason Greenwood or somebody that is in the upper echelons, then you look towards the future and you call up somebody that is young, somebody that went to a World Cup at 18, 19 and can be that catalyst for the next generation in the 2026 cycle. So like a Dwayne Atkinson or a Christopher Pearson or no, I don't want to say his name yet. Another video. But or a Philando Wing or a Cunningham. Yeah. Do you think the pitch is bad? I saw some Canadians complaining. It's tough. It's a tough pitch. Why did Tappa leave Rebel out of the squad? I understand you, but if someone don't play in the World Cup qualifiers, I wouldn't want them in my World Cup squad. It's just not fair. I understand what you're saying, but every team, even the big teams in the world, they have players in their squad that they call up that are, some of them didn't even play in the qualifiers. Raheem Sterling didn't play a single World Cup qualifier in the 2014 World Cup qualifying cycle, but guess what? He was the one that started against Italy in their first game. So as I said, if it's youth, someone 18, 19, I'm cool with it. Or if it's somebody that is really, really can enhance what you currently have. So for an example, if we got Emile Smith-Rowe, yeah, he's in the squad. Simon, do you think Damien Lowe needs to find a good club? Yeah, look, it's not a lack of interest because there are interest. Simon, why in God's name is Kyle Walker-Peters not been contacted? Well, for that, my friend, Dalton Wint can tell you the reason. No, but seriously, it's mind-boggling. Simon, who would you play as the wingbacks and forwards in a 3-5-2? Wingbacks, Kemar, Taxi, Lawrence, and Javane Brown. Forwards, Antonio, and Nicholson. Every team in the world uses players that hasn't played in a World Cup playoffs. It depends on form. Yep. Why was Ravel left out of the squad, and will he be called up in the next window? I hope he gets called up in the next window. Let's just say that there are some disagreements. Well, we didn't see eye to eye. There's still some packages that haven't been delivered to players. So promises have to be delivered. Simon, best players at each position. Okay. If Emile Smith or Dwight McNeil and Todd Cantwell want to play for Jamaica, let them come now. Yeah. Simon Dr. Ravel Bouncer. Good batting, my friend. My bad. SH. He was left out because the games he played, he didn't come winning. No, it's no secret that Tapa and Ravel did not see eye to eye in the Panama game. It's no secret where that is concerned, but you can see, I personally believe that what happened in this window is the past, and we're now looking forward. Wouldn't you start Bobby Reed at right wing back in a 3-4-3? I know he has done it at Fulham, but I'm not making him do that in Jamaica. I'm not making him do that for Jamaica. I want to have him play in his most natural position. Why do you think the local veteran coach is always saying English-based players not committed? Roof posts every day on his IG about Jamaica and looks really happy when he scored. Andre Gray, Maps, a lot of them posts. What about Bailey as the second forward to Antonio, 3-5-2? That's an option. That's an option. Maps, no club playing well, and Grant barely playing and looks so sharp. Yeah, these are professionals that take care of themselves. Anthony Grant, Premier League winner at Chelsea, the understudy to Claude Makaleli. Adrian Mariappa, the most successful academy graduate out of Watford, who was once on the books, once admired, I should say, by Arsene Wenger at Arsenal and Alan Pardew at Newcastle United. You saw Andre Gray's celebration when Fisher scored. That's passion. Yeah, enough love. Yeah. It's funny how things can turn, 4 or 5 years ago, Andre Gray was in trouble in England, getting fined over tweets. He's a national player now and doing really well. Let that be an example to all of you that, yes, in life there may be tough moments, but better is to come. Better will come. Hefe says, what do you think about Dylan Barnes? I'm not sold on him as an understudy. I'm not sold on him as an understudy for Blake. Honestly. I feel that if Dwayne Miller was 100%, he would be that understudy. Every game I see why Grant looks, yeah. He's the boss, Anthony Grant. Mariappa has personal fitness and health coaches. He'll be fine. And he's a vegan, so he's very cautious about what he eats. So he takes care of his body really well. I'm going to reach out to these three guys to find out if they wish to represent Jamaica. If they are, I will ensure they get their Jamaican passports. Emile Smith-Rowe is focused on Arsenal. Simon, there was one other question. No space for Leon Bailey in the team if we play 3-5-2. Where would Bobby Reid play in a 3-5-2? Honestly, he wouldn't play in that system for me. Simon, do you think we'll make it to the World Cup? 2026? Yes. 2022? Maybe. Do you think Mariappa will find a club soon? Yes. It's only a matter of time. Izzy Brown is injury? I don't know if he's injured right now, but he does have Jamaican heritage. I love the way that Top changed the defense line against Honduras with Maps at right back. Clever. Simon, would you put Kemar Roof attacking midfield or centre forward? Centre forward. Do you think the JFA was set up a proper youth system anytime soon? I guess you mean JFF. It's going to take time. Imagine Damari and Bailey on the wings. Why does focus on your club have to mean we don't facilitate a player getting a passport? I didn't say that he can't get a passport. I'm saying where his interest is. But I know where your logic is lying. But that's the situation with Emile Smith-Rowe. It's just going to cause a lot of stir in the media. Emile Smith-Rowe has just walked out to the Jamaican High Commission, and then he's going to be pressed by the press. It's going to cause a media circus in England, catching him outside of the Jamaican High Commission in London. It's really going to cause a real situation. Casey Palmer would do better if Fleming's... Yeah. Jonathan, Simon, do you think Tapper will call back Ravel? Possibly. And what do you think Tapper does between windows? Does he go to watch players like Southgate? I think the weakest section of the team is in the defense. Defensive backline? No. Midfield. I just think we can get maximum points in next window if we have all our key players. It's possible, absolutely. Simon, there are rumors that England is considering to call up Damari Gray. Do you have first-hand knowledge that he's focused on playing for Jamaica? Not that I'm aware of that England are going to call him up, because Yard Southgate is not looking in that direction. It might be a blessing in disguise that England didn't defeat Hungary, because England is going to need 4 points to qualify for the World Cup now, or 3 points would do it. So they have to go and play their best team against Albania and possibly San Marino. Why doesn't the JFF facilitate a player get in a pass rather than jumping straight into a call-up? Make a two-step phase. If only they thought that way, my friend. Simon, don't know Kyle Walker-Peters from Edmonton Green in North London. I gotta seek him out and give him that talk. Yeah, man. Do you think we could call a camp between that some of our players, including some MLS players and Damian Lowe? I don't think you'll be able to get players from North America. Those that are not in contention for the playoffs, yes, but the bulk of them, no. The kick out should be for the centre back. Blake is just being cautious to kick the ball out. Yeah. Ball. Remember, we can't beat the top 4 in this group, so Uno must know. I don't know what you're talking about. I see Tapa wanting to play double DM. Wonder if he realizes Kevin Stewart would be the perfect man. I don't know about perfect. What about Anderson from Italy League? Well, his documents are still being worked on. It's still up in the air. Team Cataract. Qatar? You have too much cataract in your eyes. If you guys ever saw that video. One Brogard said, whatever happened to the Catalonia friendly? COVID. Damon Lowe called himself the head of state. Currently, he's only the head of his lane. Simon, don't think you're being honest about JFF and Revel? I am. I said what I had to say about halftime against Panama, and I said what I had to say regarding promises. Is Tapa Job officially safe now? It's safe for another 4 weeks. Yeah. It's safe for another 4 weeks. Yeah. Simon, can you explain Emil Smith Rowe Jamaican heritage? Paternal grandfather. Not everything on Google is accurate. Jason Hall says, this documents thing very cryptic. How long does the process take? Honestly, Jason, getting a Jamaican passport can take less than a fortnight. When is the friendly for the Reggae Girls? I believe sometime next week, How many players are in the process of getting passports? Plenty. Sheldon Davis, big up yourself. DJ Veneto. What do you think about Tapa saying he only takes to the Jamaican players and Paul Hall talks to the English players? I didn't hear that, so I can't comment on something that I've never heard. I don't think Tapa said that. We didn't hear what happened halftime. Okay, then. Stewart and Grant is good fight against a US midfield. It certainly will be. Hopefully fans are allowed in the office for the next round of matches. We hope. If you guys have a number for Andrew Holness, let me know. Let me know. Hey, big bro. Big bro, whenever you want to come and chat with me for a couple of minutes on football, I'll drop the link. You can chat to me for a few, but when you're back on the island, you let me know. Link up. Zin? Me and this guy go back 22 years. 1999, I met this guy. 1999, 22 years. One of the long, like, other than my siblings and my mother and my father, this guy I know the longest, Or Todd Candwell's connection to Jamaica. Paul Davis says Jamaican flag. Would Isaac Hayden be good beside of Grant? He would be good, but his focus is not there. Tickets are available for the Reggae Girls game in Fort Lauderdale. Got mine today. Nice. Yes, I saw it advertised on the Reggae Girls Foundation page. Yeah. So that's good. You're going to watch the girls. You can go hail up. Oh, she's not called up. Yeah, you can hail up Sydney Schneider and the rest of the team. Tag Andrew on IG. Okay, cool. Yeah, family. We'll go way back, We'll go way back, family. Way back. And I'm sure people, when them see your name, they know who you are already because you're the celebrity. But yeah, man, when you come back, we'll link up. See? Jason Hall says Isaac Hayden would be perfect, but doesn't he want to commit? Doesn't want to commit to us. Yes, that is correct. Simon, do you fear that the squad will get too large? No. For me, a squad can never get too large. Even a 60-man pool for me is not too large. All right, cool, bro. Simon, when Tapa said that it literally came on TVJ Sports, it's strange for you to say you didn't hear what Tapa saying that. Maybe it's how it was phrased, but he's never created division and say him talk to the English, him talk to the Jamaican-born players, and Paul Hall talk to the English-born players. So, blessing Simon, much respect, always doing the good stuff. Manning's man, big up yourself, Mr. Stennett, all the way from the West. They say the West is the best. From Manning's. Manning School produced Carl Terrell, FIFA referee. My first football coach gave me my debut at 14 years old at the under-19 level. His message was simple. Simon, when you go on the field, you get space to yourself, just shoot from distance. That's literally years, fam. Years. Tapa does not do well with choices. Coach Minzy, big up yourself, sir. Hope you are doing well. Big up yourself. No cohesion in the defense, no tough roughs. It's going to take time. Look, Simon, you'd be excellent candidate for JFA presidency. Your age might be holding you back. Well, I believe in life that everything falls into place in time, so I will bear that in mind. Tapa said it from mouth, said he doesn't talk to the English-based players. I honestly don't remember that. Yes, Sir Stennett. I mentioned this earlier. President Ricketts spoke on Hits 92 FM's Sports Explosion with Oral Tracy. Yeah, Damari Gray is close. Redmond is still being worked on, but his situation already with his partner being pregnant. I don't know if it's his wife or girlfriend. I don't think he's married, so I'll say girlfriend. And Kevin Stewart is good to go. He has a Jamaican passport, so 2 players could be introduced for the first time in the November window. I'm happy about it. But like I've always said to you, if there's one piece missing to the puzzle, and I've been consistent on this channel, I've always said to you guys that I would like Daniel Johnson, Ravel Morrison, Isaac Hayden, Kemar Roof. We got most of the pieces that I wanted, that I requested, but Isaac Hayden for me was the jewel on top that I wanted, but he still has ambitions of representing England, even though you and I both know, and the entire Jamaica, and our grandparents and our great-grandparents know that will never happen. You and I both know that. So I know Leon is injured, but do you believe he's committed to the Jamaican team? Committed? Well, he's representing Jamaica, so you'd have to say where that is concerned, so what I'll say is that I would love for him to, when he's on social media, to say good luck guys and stuff like that, because Ravel did it, Daniel Johnson did it. It would be nice if they said that. Simon, why is Antonio not playing? Did he follow Tapa? No, he did not follow with Tapa. Tapa gonna surprise my take. Okay. Jamalov's wife is pregnant as well, and he makes himself available. Simon, I agree with you that Redmond has no excuse. Yeah. And look, guys, you see, In life, some people, they have to experience something before they have a certain view on a matter, right? So, like, I'm not a father. I don't have a pregnant girlfriend. So, I don't know what it's like to be a father or to become a father. Am I going to have a different view when that child is born? Am I going to want to be beside my woman's side? I don't know. Everyone is going to be different. Robbie Keane missed international duty when his wife was having a baby. But I understand exactly what you mean. If Jamal was available, then why not Redman? What was the reason for Ravel and DJ absence? DJ was injury, and Ravel was personal reasons. Pastor Clive Booth says Lowe cannot play on the left side of a back three. He looked really out of sorts last night. I don't think that's. I disagree. I really think that at this point, Kevin Stewart would be a decent piece of midfield. Absolutely, because that's what we need. He's not Isaac Hayden, but he's someone that can certainly be a stopgap. I still am concerned about his size. I do think he still has to lose some weight. From where he was at Hull and Liverpool to where he is now, he's put on some timber. So I think he needs to lose some weight, but he can do the job for us in midfield, you know. He can certainly have an impact. He can certainly have an impact, you know. You know, guys, we need to stop the xenophobia, to be honest with you. Whenever we mention and talk about Kyle Walker-Peters, James Justin, Dwight McNeil, Damari Gray, Mason Greenwood, Ben Godfrey, when we talk about these guys having Jamaican heritage, nobody questions how they're going to, how they represent, how they qualify to play for Jamaica. But the minute I mention Brandon Williams, Todd Cantwell, Emile Smith-Rowe, everybody's ready to jump and say, "How? That is xenophobia. That is xenophobia, people. That is xenophobia." Nobody questions how Dujon Sterling is eligible for Jamaica. Nobody questions how Ethan Laird is eligible for Jamaica. Let's stop the xenophobia. Stop it once and for all. I want you guys to go and research or Google, whatever search engine you want to use, a baller by the name of Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer, Manchester City midfielder. Cole Palmer. The man is literally this complexion. And the man is Kitishan. The man is Kitishan. Let's stop the xenophobia. Once and for all. Nobody questioned how Adrian Mariappa qualifies to play for Jamaica. Nobody. Especially with his surname, Fiji. Nobody questioned Joel Senior's eligibility for Jamaica. So let's stop the xenophobia. Let's stop it. So I just don't appreciate that based on the way somebody looks, people are ready to quick and ask how they qualify to play for Jamaica. But the second I mention Mason Greenwood, Damani Mella, Ethan Laird, everybody just nods their head. But the minute I say Emile Smith-Rowe, people are ready to question. Why? Cole Palmer is a midfielder at Manchester City Football Club. And he's Kitishan. St. Kitts. Go and look up Matthew Hall. Matthew Hall, left back, Antigua and Barbuda. One broker says Simon tell Ravel for link Emile Smith-Rowe. Yeah. Cole Palmer. I've heard this before, but it's not accurate. I'm a third generation Jamaican. Father side, white English. Mother side, Indian. But no, I'm not Syrian. Adam Stewart qualifies to play for Jamaica, so Ilmi Stewart qualifies. Stennett, Omar Stennett, yeah, the boss. I think Kemaru should be starting strike and Boja should be sitting subbed. Yeah. Plus, also many one people is a myth for most part. It's real for some occasions. Of course, it is real. Wayne Thomas says, Simon, I don't think it's xenophobia. People just don't really know. If you do a Google search on Smith, you'll find no mention of him having Jamaican roots. Well, not everything is on Google. Not everything is on Google. Has Isaac Hayden ever been officially contacted? Officially? Yes. Cole Palmer will be one of the best players in the Premier League. He's a top talent, says one Brogard. He will. Remember the name, Cole Palmer. I was the one that told you about that, guys. I've been talking to people about him for years. I'm like, oh my God, when this guy touches CONCACAF, because I think it's going to be tough to get into England team. If this guy ever plays for St. Kitts, I'm going to be like, yo, Kyle Walker-Peters, we need on the right wing. He would be a good addition. Yeah. Lewis Baker to play alongside Grant. Interesting. Brandon Williams to a good left back option. Yeah, he would be. Simon Wagwan for Walker Peters. Walker Peters hasn't been contacted, my friend. Walker Peters has not been contacted. Marlon Morris is an attacking four of Roof, Bailey, Antonio, and Gray would be perfect. I wouldn't say perfect, but it would be mouth-watering. Does Hayden have any interest in playing for us at all? No. When we beat El Salvador, more players will make themselves available. What do we do then? So, Mr. Senate, I made this point on my channel a couple of weeks ago, right? Let's say that you're talking to a young lady and you like her and she's not giving you much bly. So you say, all right, cool. You work on yourself. You work on your health, your fitness, your career. You're making strides. You're making improvements. You're building yourself. You're building your future. That attracts her interest. And all of a sudden, she starts to text you, Omar. She starts to text you and wants to be part of your life. She wants to be around you. She wants to be Mrs. Stennett. She wants to be part of you. Are you going to run her away? Or are you going to bring her on board? And I say all of that to say this. If Isaac Hayden wants to play for Jamaica after we've qualified for the World Cup, I will include him on one condition. If he's the best available out there, out of all that what we got, then yes, I will include him. Otherwise, him can go on. Ivan Toney can go on. Ben Godfrey can go on. I'm not running him down. You mad? No, sir. Cole Palmer is eligible to play for St. Kitts and Nevis. Will we see Amari Bell again? Good question. I just had to say something, guys. I had to say something. You gonna run her or you gonna keep her? Honestly, I've made this comparison often and often. So if we qualify for the World Cup and Ivan Toney saying want to play for we, me personally, I gonna run Ivan Toney. Cause me already have Mikel Antonio. If me have Kardashian, if me have Miss Universe in my arms, what me need Kim Kardashian for? Me already have Miss Universe in my arms. What me need Kim Kardashian for? Tap-in merchant. What about Rico Henry from Brentford? Yeah, he would be a good option. He's not been contacted, but he would be a good option. I do feel that there's a role in Jamaican football for Craig Butler, but as it relates to head coach of national team, no. But I do feel that there's a role for him in football. As it relates to a specific position, like I've mentioned in previous editions of Reggae Boys Commentary Thursdays, I've said that as it relates to the technical director of youth development, he could have that title without a shadow of a doubt. From the, I would say, the under 10s going up to the under 17s, under 20s. Yeah, absolutely. Carlos Edwards say, yeah, I run them. Yeah, I run them for real? All right. That same girl that you talk to and you like her and she's not really giving you much vibe. And she comes back a couple of years later. Let's say you're still not even in a relationship yet. And she comes back. Are you going to give her a bly? Is she the best out there? If the answer is no, if she's not the best out there, then move on, my friend, because better will come. Can somebody give this guy a big clap? Oh, by the way, I'm not an Ivan Toney hater. I am just not into the flip-flop. I'm not into the flip-flop thing. I'm not in the flip-flop argument. That not gonna happen. Of course I rate Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney is the second best penalty taker in all of England. Who is enough good striker? Ah, boy. You guys are a trip, you know that, right? Simon, you would have to say that Wes Harding at the highest level of all our right back options right now. Jermaine Brown. Guys, I've neglected my Instagram family, so I'm gonna go do a live over on Instagram. You're welcome to join me, simon.preston on Instagram. I'm gonna go live shortly. We've been on for a little over an hour, and I appreciate you tuning in to Reggae Boys Commentary. It's been a blast. More news to come, more updates to come. You know, this is your place, this is your hub for everything relating to Jamaican football. You know, I'm a tenacious individual. You know that I'll give you nothing but the truth. So I'll continue along those veins. As it relates to players' names that we haven't touched yet, the president of the Jamaica Football Federation has the contact information for Lawrence Figueron. He's been in contact with Joby McAnuff about him. Lawrence Figueron is a goalkeeper, as you know, former Chilean under-20 goalkeeper, born in England, Jamaican heritage. So we'll see. Does Lawrence want to play for Jamaica? Yeah. Yeah, Lawrence wants to. He realizes that his chances for Chile are very slim, and he's willing to give Jamaica an opportunity. Yep. So, Reggae Boys fans, thank you for tuning in. Have a good weekend. Be safe. We'll be back on the weekend for another live, but more videos to come before then. Does Rakeem Harper want to play for Jamaica? He would love a conversation with the JFF. So, Reggae Boys fans, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary for more content. Afar we go. Akatar we go. Daniel Jensen, a one bad baller. We got Blair Turgot and O'Neill Fisher. Alvas, Taxi, and Damian Lowe, the son of Anandi for who never know. You want more? Liam Moore and Mariappa. We got Tyreek McGee and Amari Bell. Foreign and local are combined well. We got send some side down a football hell.